Tristen, my friend,
Yes.
would you care to talk about a fine claret?
Well, yes, let's talk about this fine.
Because this wine, the 2022 Grand Puy Lacoste Pauillac, is a fine claret.
A mighty fine indeed.
So says Neil Martin and Bill Kelly.
Yeah. Two of the British journalists, one for
Yeah.
Venice, one for Wine Advocate, and they both love the wine.
There's a lot to love.
Old vintages of Grand Puy Lacoste, they're so good.
They taste great.
They're
Each
just-
time you open one,
yeah.
it's like really super good.
Yeah.
That 1990 we had a few months back,
Yep.
that wine was on fire, just beautiful. And
Absolutely.
Price paid, value quality, this neck of the woods. And,
Yeah.
I wonder, the wine is always a really good price. And is it because of the location? Because is it
I
a
don't
sterling
know.
location in Pauillac?
I mean, it's a good location. I mean, essentially, you're just a little bit outside from where like Lynchbauge is.
Yeah.
You know, so it is a good location. And you got, I mean, Lynchbauge just spent a bunch of money on Obatei, right? Because obviously it's
Like next door.
like right there. These wines are so like misrepresented. And what I mean by that is you kind of forget about it a little bit in the realm of Pauillac.
Yeah.
Because there's so many Pauillacs that are
Didn't you see one 10 years old on the wine list for the price? And you're like, I'll take that one.
Yeah.
And I think that sums up Grand Puy Lacoste in a nutshell. The Bordeaux family just doing their classic Pauillac thing. These wines aren't big, although this one has some size to it.
Yeah, no, it does.
A lot of Cabernet. This one's got some heft to it. So this is a GPL with some huevos, huh?
Yeah, and again, I think for Grand Puy Lacoste, 22 is the type of vintage that it excels in. Because you have a lot of Cabernet. I mean, 80% Cabernet.
80% this year.
Which is pretty high, and for the Medoc. I mean, most people think that it's Cabernet country, but you'd be surprised on how many Medocs have a lot of Merlot. Not that that's a bad thing, but this is a Cabernet vintage, and Grand Puy Lacoste does Cabernet great. And I'm for, I mean, it's cheaper than Ponte Canet, it's cheaper than Lynchbauge. No offense to those wines, because they're great too.
They're really great.
Yeah.
And
But for the money, I think it's a definitely a good purchase.
yeah, and you can't say it's not. I'll close it. I'll say, just because the wine's a little more elegant doesn't mean it's not any less better
No.
than Lynchbauge and Ponte. Actually, Ponte is kind of going that direction. We'll talk about Ponte later on, but this year's Ponte is striking, but not for the reason that you might think.
Yes.
Lynch is Lynch. It's big wine.
Yes.
But Grand Puy, they all fit, and there's like little slots there, and they have all really excelled at, well, Ponte's a new Ponte, but Lynch and Grand Puy in particular have excelled at what they do best in this vintage. So if you are a Grand Puy fan, I would say it is an absolute must-buy for sure.
I'm a fan.
Even though it's a little bigger, so
Yeah.
it's a bit powerful for claret.
I know, I'm surprised. No, it's no longer that anymore. It's so the mighty fine indeed, Clark Coates.
Yeah, exactly.